Hello people, and welcome to my first video tutorial. In this video I'll be showing you how to create a virtual machine using VirtualBox from Oracle. So to get started, let's go ahead and download VirtualBox from the internet. VirtualBox. So let's choose the first option here. The website is virtualbox.org. So because I'm going to install it on a Windows host, it means I'll have to download the Windows version of the software. Now because I have already downloaded my software, I'm going to go ahead and cancel here, but for your case you'll need to download it to your machine. After you've downloaded it, just install it the way you install other softwares on your machine. Assuming that you have already installed VirtualBox, let's go ahead and launch it. So to make some few clarifications, the system that I'm installing my virtual machine is referred to as the host, and the virtual machine that I'm going to create is referred to as the guest. Okay, it's a guest host relationship. So let's go ahead and create our guest. The first thing that we need to do is give it a name. I'm going to call mine Debian because I intend to create to install Debian. Debian is a Linux distribution, and as you can see down here, the type has already changed to Linux. Now if you are installing Windows as the guest, just choose guest as Microsoft Windows here. Okay, and the same applies for the other operating systems. And the distribution here is Debian 32-bit version. Now the next screen here is assigning or giving it RAM. How much RAM do we want our system to have? In my case, I'm going to give it 1 GB. Now here we create a hard disk for the virtual machine, okay? And then in this next step we decide what type of hard disk we want. Now if you choose the first option, it means that your hard disk is going to be accessible only by VirtualBox. As you can see here, it says VirtualBox disk image. If you choose this second option, it means that your hard disk can be used by other virtualization softwares. Now in case you are wondering, the hard disk is going to be created as a file, and that file is going to be stored on your host operating system just as an ordinary file, and this VDI or VMDK is going to be the file extension of that file. In this step here, I am going to choose dynamically allocated, and the difference between the two, if you need to know the difference between the two, just read the explanations, the text above here. Okay, and then here, how much storage space do we want our hard drive to have? I'm going to leave it at 8 GB. And there we are. Well guys, here we have a brand new virtual machine, but the problem is that it does not have an operating system. So to proceed to the next step, you need to make sure that you have a bootable operating system, either on a CD or a DVD or in ISO format like me here. So just in case you have a CD or DVD, just insert it into your drive and click on start here to boot up the machine. So on the pop-up here, you need to show it where the bootable operating system is. So just click on the icon there and navigate to where your bootable operating system is. So in my case here, it's Debian. Select that and click on start. Now the process of installing an operating system is a bit long, and I'm not going to take you through that. And if it's your first time, it might be a bit of intimidating, but just follow your instincts and you'll manage. Okay, Believing you managed to install your operating system like me here, and in case you need to delete it and reinstall it, just come here on machine and say remove, or press Ctrl R as shown here. Well, before we start it up, let's look at its settings. For instance, we need to adjust some network settings. If you click on the network tab there, you can see that we have 4 adapters. So under adapter 1, adjust this to bridged adapter, and I'm not going to go into details for the available options. And then under adapter 2, enable it. It's usually not enabled by default. Enable it and select NAT here. Now if you set up your network like this for the virtual machine, it's going to be assigned an IP address just like any other machine on the network, okay? And then if you need to make other changes, just explore the options here. Like for instance, if you need to change the name of your virtual machine, just make the changes right there. One last thing that I need to show you is how to get the IP address of your virtual machine so that you can access it from the host or from other machines on the network. So let's start it up. And because the boot process is going to take a while, I'm going to speed up the video. Depending on the operating system that you installed or how you installed it, the login screen is likely to be different from mine. Like for instance, mine does not have a user interface. So this is how it looks like. So let me just key in my username, root as the user, and password. Don't worry if you don't see the password. It's Debian's way of hiding the password. Just type the password correctly and press enter. So here we have logged in. So to check the IP address, you need to issue the command ifconfig like that. And because I cannot use my cursor inside the virtual machine, I'm going to use this window here. You can see the line reading under it 0. We are looking at inet addr. So the IP address is this one here. If you can see where the icon is, the IP address is 192.168.42.71. okay, so you can use that IP address to access your virtual machine from anywhere on the network. Okay, and with that I want to stop there. For comments, questions, corrections, and any other feedback that you might want to give, just use the comment section below. Thank you for watching.